Today we're going to talk about where GTA 5 would go if Franklin died in the Hood Safari mission. Now, how would this go down is basically he dies while escaping Rose Street and Trevor and Lamar make it out of there barely with their lives, and they split up, go their separate ways for the time being. Although, when Michael finds out about what happened, he is just furious. He's losing it, he calls off the Merryweather heist, he's pissed with Trevor, he's essentially blaming Trevor for the fact that Franklin died. And I guess you can look at it that way, because he did notice it and, he did try to prevent them from being robbed and confronted the dudes. However, in turn, that led to Franklin dying, but you can, toss the blame around, but that's just how I'm thinking that Michael would see things, and in my mind, he would definitely blame Trevor for Franklin's death. They still have to work together, though. They don't really have much of a choice in the matter, as Steve Haynes still has them under his thumb. Things like Blitz play, those missions, they have no choice but to do together if they want to make it out of there alive and not go to jail, because, like I said, Steve Haynes, he's not fucking around. They still work for Devin Weston, and Michael still meets Solomon. That doesn't really have much of a reason to change, I don't think so, and they fall out with Martin. That never changes, and they go on the run due to Polito's score, and the Polito score of course requires some extra guys, especially on Getaway, because Franklin's not there. Monkey business still has to happen, and they still go through with starting to plan the big one. Derailed also still happens, not much changes there, and because there was already tension between Michael and Trevor due to Michael blaming Trevor for Franklin's death, things in Bury the Hatchet would get even more heated, and it kind of ends with Michael being kidnapped by the Chinese, just like in the original. And you may think, well, yeah, that doesn't really matter, does it? It really does, but we gotta talk about Pac-Man first, and the conversation with Lamar and Trevor only in Pac-Man. While it is a bit more tense than in the original, I don't think that things would go bad, as Lamar was there, and yeah, he saw what happened. They were both mad about Franklin's death, but I don't think that in this reality that Lamar would just flat out blame Trevor for Franklin's death. At the end of the day, it was a matter of him being in the wrong place at the wrong time. He just kind of was falling behind, he got shot, that was sadly it. And also that means that they both would conclude that they gotta put a plan in motion to get rid of Stretch, because Stretch was the one who set him up in the first place, so they decided that when this shit calms down, they're gonna go after Stretch together. Michael, sadly, he dies in Fresh Meat, as no one's coming to save him. Franklin's not around. Trevor's not coming to save his ass, especially not in the way that things have been recently, because, like I said, things have been a lot more tense, because not only did the truth come out, Michael also likely gave shit to Trevor on numerous occasions about Franklin's death, so things between them were even rougher in this reality than they were in the original. This, of course, then means that there's no chance of Trevor coming to save Michael in Fresh Meat. That's the main point that I'm trying to make here. This, of course, leads to the big one being cancelled, and Lester cutting ties with absolutely everyone, mainly Trevor though, because everyone else is dead. The FIB raid never happens, and Steve and Dave go to jail. Sadly, there's no one saving them. They have no one to do the FIB raid for them to delete the files, and there's no getting out for them, especially now that Agent Sanchez is still around and he's researching them, investigating them. He has been brewing up a case to throw them in jail, and that's exactly what happens. It happens, of course, around the time when in the original, the wrap-up mission takes place. Michael's family, they sell the house likely, and they go about their lives. I can also imagine that Amanda maybe kind of forbids her kids from speaking to Trevor or seeing him. Even though they are adults at this point, I do think that she would probably not like it very much if her kids still talk to Trevor, because in her eyes, Trevor's the one to blame for Michael's death because he didn't come and save him. So sadly, Trevor would also be cut off from Michael's family in this reality due to everything that's happened. Now, what about Devin? Well, sadly, with Michael dead, as you already probably know with these videos, he can do whatever the hell he wants with Solomon, and there is absolutely not a single soul in Los Santos to stop him. So real quick, if you're enjoying this video so far, leave a like on it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think about this new style of kind of half scripted videos. I'm trying something new, both background gameplay wise and commentary style wise and thumbnail wise. As you can see, a lot of the background footage for this video has just mainly been gameplay. I feel like it's a little bit more entertaining to watch than just simply having the cutscenes roll. But of course, let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments down below. Now, let's talk about the final mission. And this mission sees Lamar and Trevor go after Stretch. Like they discussed in Pac-Man, things are getting real, and they're gonna go after Stretch for setting them up and getting Franklin killed. And it's Lamar and Trevor. Do I even have to say anything about them killing Stretch with absolutely no issues? I mean, come on. Now, here's the problem. Because Devin Weston never showed up to Franklin's door about killing Michael. Things were never set in motion. What I mean by this is they never went after Wei Chang. Yeah, sure, Dave and Steve, they're in prison. They have been a problem for Trevor. They're in prison. They can't do jack shit. However, the issue is the triads. See, the triads, nobody ever brought them up. Franklin's dead in the original. Franklin brings up, yo, that we should kill the triads. However, that doesn't happen. It's just Trevor and Lamar in the last mission. So that means that sadly, the last scene of this story would be Trevor getting ambushed and shot to death by probably a good 80 to 100 Chinese gangsters right outside his home. It's Trevor. They're gonna need a fucking army to stop his ass. And I do think that they would do just that because Sandy Shores is a huge market for them and Trevor's competition. They get rid of him, they're on top. And I do genuinely think that Wei Chang would be someone to send like 80 to 100, 120 guys just to get rid of Trevor. I do genuinely think that he would go that far. I might be going crazy with this one a little bit, but let me know your thoughts on that, of course, in the comments down below. And that's pretty much it for this storyline. I mean, the only winners really here are Lamar, I guess. In some way, he's perfectly safe, and Lester, because Lester has a lot of money saved up, I think, and he's doing just fine. No one's going after him. He's doing okay. A lot of his associates are dead, sadly, so there's no him going back to his old life, at least not in the way that he did at the start of story mode. And also Devin Weston's a winner because he can do whatever he wants with the movie studio. Nobody's there to stop him. Steve Haynes is in jail, Dave's in jail, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how the story wraps up. I honestly didn't think that it was gonna be a scenario where so many people are fucked, both good and the bad guys. Didn't come off as good as I was thinking one side would compare to the other. And with that said, I want to thank you for watching this What If. Leave your thoughts and opinions on this topic in the comments down below. Leave your What If suggestions in the comments down below. If I like them enough, I will do them in a future video. Until next video or stream, bye bye.